I can't understand the actions of my master plan. I can't a nigga revel in the thoughts of a day. I can't understand the actions of my master plan. I can't a nigga revel in the thoughts of a day.
Let it just be, innit? Still shitting on niggas. Still shitting on them. Hey yo, welcome back, Vibe by Water TV. We're gonna get into a video reaction of that new Gigg's Time. You know what I mean? New video that's just dropped recently. We're gonna get into that, see what it's saying. It's always good to hear Giggs, because if you're talking the hard, Giggs gonna come up in your thoughts as an artist. Alright then, let's get straight into this one. Gigg's Time. Oh, okay. When you see a man in the room, yeah, that's an ill still though. When you see a man in the four corners, yeah, of the room, when you see a man with the one mic coming from the ceiling, just know it's about to be a shelling. And if it's not, I apologise, but I don't expect nothing less, you know what I mean? Because it's that time. Smell me.
It's only up from here, so a couple greys and touched my beard. Still out here looking young, just lost some hair.
Greys done touched my
I've been
beard.
swinging my sword and musketeer. Up early on that morning rush for years. Blueprint, building a construction, the wrong leaders will lead you to destruction.
Wrong leaders
never trust
will lead you to destruction, big facts.
them. I sold drugs but I never touched them. Sold to customers, then eruption. Fuck the radio, I blew like a volcano. Standing next to Kano, I'm posted up with Mano. All my shooters, they've been with man from day though.
All facts, all facts. Posted up with Kano. When you hear Kano and Giggs on the record, know it's going to be a shelling. You know what I mean? And obviously we saw, I think it's towards the start of this year, last year, he was doing a lot of visits. Giggs was doing a lot of visits to America. You know what I mean? Connecting with Mano, they seem to have built a nice relationship, a nice bond. It's good to see it, man. You know what I mean? That New York to London collaboration, you know what I mean? Working on works, it's always good to see, man. And I mean, Giggs is an OG in this thing, so this should be, you know what I mean? This should be normal for him, you know what I mean? This should be every day of the week type shit, and that's what it is, so it's good to see as always.
A street nigga, I'm so busy, I just gotta keep my mum full. I gotta level up, gotta get uncomfortable. I'm still amongst them, dysfunctional savages on timing, gotta keep punctual. They said I wouldn't make
Savages on timing, gotta keep punctual. Still around.
He's a failure, I'm still in niggas' faces. On your radar, big in different places. I'm too coded, they've been trying to replace me. It's getting old, time. It's only gotten fast.
Can't replace Giggs. There's no replacing of Giggs. There's only one Giggs. You get me? There's no one else who come with a slow flow, come with a rap flow, but be still very, you know what I mean, articulate with it. You know what I mean? There's only one OG in this thing.
So I gotta keep it moving, got so much to look after. I live through the guidance. Keep digging, gotta dig for your diamonds. Time's ticking, listen, is this the way I go? Every day I think about, that's not a day I don't. These niggas bragging about what they did first. I never talk about shit, that's the way I go. I'ma play the game well, get that player's dough. I just spoke to M.O.
Said I never talk about shit, that's the way I go. You don't need to speak, you can speak intricacies without speaking about anything specific. And shout out Cormega, because obviously that's something that Cormega very, you know what I mean, does very well in his music as well. And that's obviously something I'm going to touch on in another video, but you can speak about shit without speaking about anything. You can speak about specifics without giving too much detail. You smell me? You can speak about specifics without giving too much detail. You don't need to give names. You don't need to talk about, you know what I mean, the intricacies of the details, but you can still be very specific.
Oh, said he's laying low. Mum started up the business and she say it's slow. It will pick up soon, just stay in the flow. My soldier never says nothing, just stands on his own. He's just like that, he's just playing his role. My nigga hit me, he was stressed, think he wanted to talk. That's a minor, told him stay on the phone, cause I don't mind that. Just keep it moving cautious, just don't slip up, bro, but keep it moving forward. Fourth floor and I'm looking at these quarters. I'm growing my own flowers and keeping them with water. The devil's got his pitchfork and he's loud. You should never look a gift horse in the mouth, thinking payback is the best sport. I'm so tired and my patience is a bit short. But I'm alive, listen, I don't like your reasons. She don't like to reason. She thinks cause man don't cry, that man ain't got no feelings.
She think because man don't cry, that man ain't got no feelings. I felt that.
Loves him, he doesn't believe her. He's showing he loves her, she doesn't believe him. Bad communication, killing off the evening. This isn't the way, man.
Bad communication, killing off the evening.
I'll just come back afterwards. I'm just flabbergasted. It don't matter who's
you see me, let me tell you a little story. When I learned the word flabbergasted when I was in like year 6, yeah. Obviously we do this thing called SATs. Boy, best, or maybe it was in year 5. Best believe when I got to my exams, all you were seeing is substantial, flabbergasted. I was thinking, yeah, man knows the maddest words. Because you know them ones when you got to go on a thesaurus and look, you know, they're like, oh, expand your, try to use other words other than nice or big or them type of thing there. You know, when you go to the thesaurus and you type, all right, big. Yeah, oh, flabbergasted, substantial. Substantial? Oh yeah, I'm gonna use substantial. Gigantic? I'm gonna use gigantic. No one's anything. Oh, maybe try and find another word for shocked. Obviously you can say shocked, but maybe find flabbergasted. Yeah, best believe that was all over my exams. I was getting top marks. Come on.
The closest and who's the furthest. You gotta trust the process.
Yes.
It's educational.
Yes.
And we won't stop until the wealth's generational. Man run up until
we won't stop until the wealth is generational. That's the only goal. It's the only goal. Come on, man.
Cause swing and hit a baseball. You can hate on the thing, but that's disgraceful. I'm a ninja. And she's April. I'm just playing with them. I'm just playful. Yo, listen.
Yeah. I like that. I like that. Clean visuals, you know what I mean? Really, it was just Giggs on the one mic, but the way they obviously got the visuals and they got a lot of the historic backdrop of what he's done in the past and what he's basically brought to the game and the influence Giggs has had on the game. And they put it on the walls behind him as a nice symbolism to say, you get me, man's mash works and this is a man to be respected. And yo, that's Giggs, man. Giggs time. As I say, Giggs is one of our legends over here in the UK. If obviously anyone's watching from overseas and you have a chance to check out some Giggs or you've never heard some Giggs, you know what I mean? Type his name in and do your Googles, you know what I mean? Make sure you go and check out my man's work, run up those streams, you know what I mean? Giggs is one of our legends over here. Top tier artist, you know what I mean? To be respected, as I say. Talks his mind on the real political things that happen within the industry and within the rap game over here, you know what I mean? He's someone who's kind of had troubles and he was obviously stifled a lot of the way. People were blocking his shows, closing down his shows, not allowing him to perform, not allowing him to feed his family, make bread like he should have been, because on the underground he was bubbling. But people were obviously against him, and obviously, but he read it out consistently, he kept on going, and now it's made it to the point of where he's at now, where obviously he can reap the fruits of his labor. And yeah, as I say, this is Giggs. You already know what this is, Vibe by Water TV. I'm hoping you're going to come back for another one. Like, comment, and subscribe as always, and we out.